This is the Terry Buffalo Show. I'm Terry Buffalo. Get back to you with some information and, just talking about some things that I'm talking about here. I think the people that are, listening who want to listen, they're listening because they want to listen. So you're going to get what you want out of the deal, and I'm going to enjoy bringing you the information for your edification, uplifting, education, and so forth. Moving through, we're talking about what's love got to do with it. That's been the question of the day, and there's so many things that we've covered in the last couple of hours, but I'm going to do a start as we begin to wind this thing down a little bit, talk about some other things that really can impact our lives and our relationships. And it's not just infidelity, other than the infidelity to God. That was the first infidelity that I talked about, to get people to understand, why relationships are not working and what some of the possible reasons are for that. And top of the list is not honoring God. And so the relationship, if you're not honoring God in a manner that you're willing to go to grow in the Word and the understanding of God, then that's your foundation there. So your infidelity starts to creep in at that point, if you're even at that point, because a lot of people don't even start out in that position. That they will go, and have religious counseling from their spiritual guide or guru or whoever they talk to. Whether it's a pastor, a friend, an elder in the community, or just somebody that you have respect for, and there was a time when pastors, if they didn't think you were going to make it as a couple, they wouldn't marry you, and I don't know how many folks adhere to that to this day, but they could still, people, if they don't like what the pastor or whoever they want to perform this ceremony, if they don't like what they're saying, they'll just go to City Hall or simply go to somebody else who will marry them without counseling. And people are just so, determined to do what they want to do and what they intend to do, that they'll throw all caution to the wind and just go out and just get married, and then if they make it or not is kind of like up in the air. We were talking about, got some statistics that say 50% of marriages in the United States end in divorce, and even more than that end in the church. I found two sources from Googling that bear out that information, those statistics. And so the infidelity that we're talking about, we kind of think that the relationship with God is optional. So we're just going to have a marriage that's based on our human agreement, that this thing that we do, from the mind and the body, that's what's going to keep us connected. And you could white knuckle it. You can grit your way through that and be what is on the outside successful, but you might be miserable on the inside, and whereas if you have that agreement that we are going to continue to grow in the Word of God, and so that means some things may come up that you think at the time that you got married were the real deal, and you may find out that there was more to it than that, and there could be a whole bunch of different things that speaks to, and so you have to both be willing to grow and acknowledge the truth as it unfolds to you. And so that's the kind of the first infidelity that can bring a marriage down, because then you may have started off even as evenly yoked, but then as you grow, you might not be growing at the same rate and growing in the same direction, and it can really try that relationship and drag it out and just throw it all out of whack. Another thing that gets people messed up is finance, money, what it is what your expectations are of the marriage, and how much of that is tied up into finance, and the questions of where you live, how you're going to live, and that stuff becomes important. And I hear some really outlandish kinds of stuff about what is the duty of the man and what is the duty of the woman, and particularly when it comes to money, and I say I'm just of a mind that, and I've been used to it all my life is taking care of all of the household expenses, basically on my own. When the times that I've had help, I've had help from a helpmate, and that didn't work. I've been a single parent for a number of years now, and so I know what that's like too. My hat goes off to anyone who is functioning as a single parent. I do, have the joint custody and enjoy that, and have smoothed out that relationship so that we can both honor thy father and thy mother aspect of the Word of God. Also, that's important too. But I hear people saying that that what that they're going to work, and if their wife, no, even if their spouse or significant other is working, that they're going to take care of all of her wants and needs. That means the household expenses, all of the household expenses, he's going to take care of, and he's going to pay her car note, pay her car insurance, and send her to the beauty parlor to get her hair, nails, and toes and stuff done twice a month, and all that, and that, that's fine. That's really fine if you can do it. But in a previous segment, I was talking about how the man in the black community has been pretty much emasculated from slavery on up to current times. And so the idea that man can even find a job, for one thing, particularly in areas like the Roanoke Valley here, finding a job that can pay for all of that, chances are slim to none. And even though there are those who can have jobs that pay like that, the majority in our community don't. And you might have the woman who's making far more money than the man, and so where does her money go? This is your helpmeet. Does not that include financial and economic help in the household? And at least, not even he could still demand, because I'm telling you, I've been one of those kind of guys that the utilities, the mortgage or rent or whatever, I got that. The food, I got that. The clothes, and all that. But going to get a $200 hairdo twice a month, get your $70 on the nails and feet and all of that stuff. I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it, because for one, if you're making decent money, and if you're making more money than I am, and I got all your bases covered, what are you going to do with your money? What is your money doing to be that help me? So that's the reality that I look at, and I think some of that is unrealistic. That people look at it that way, but I guess they look at it that way because they can afford to do that. And you might be in a place where things are more prosperous, and you can handle those kind of expenses. I think it's absurd, and I think that the woman should want to assist the man and still let him keep his cojones, and take care of all of the household expenses. But when it comes to your extra stuff, that you should be willing to kick that out on your own, because you don't have to pay for where you live. You don't have to pay for your food, and you don't have to pay for all of your clothes. We still do gifts and all of that good stuff. But I don't know. What do you think out there? 252-533-9228. This is the Terry Buffalo Show, and I'm just talking about love today and some of the implications and ramifications of love, and what love actually is. What's love got to do with it? And I think love is dignity, honor, and respect for yourself, as well as for your spouse, or the people in your life and in your community. I don't believe there are three different types of love. I believe there is one love, and you give to each according to the measure that seems good unto the Father that dwells in you. And so you don't have to break that down, because you're not going to have erotic love with everybody, with all your neighbors and all that kind of stuff. So some of that stuff goes without saying. Anyway, the question for today is, what's love got to do with it? And the telephone number here is 252-533-9228. That's 252-533-9228. And the question is, what's love got to do with it?